Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So, I always love coming across really incredibly well thought out theories, and I've come across one today. One particular dark theory about the Harry Potter franchise suggests that Dumbledore may have manipulated events to ensure the loyalty of the boy wizard, and it paints the Hogwarts headmaster as a secret villain. The Harry Potter franchise is one that's known for its depth of storytelling and the complex layers of many of its characters, and that's something that has broadly contributed to its success. The large ensemble cast of colourful Wizarding World characters and each individual's respective role in the 8-film saga has seen many theories spring up regarding various characters, but perhaps none more so than Albus Dumbledore. The character of Hogwarts' most famous headmaster is one that's shrouded in mystery and uncertainty. Dumbledore's role as a mentor to Harry throughout his time at Hogwarts means that he shaped the franchise's entire narrative, making Dumbledore incredibly important to the Harry Potter story. In line with his significance, there has been much speculation about Dumbledore's true motives and the subtext of his actions, making him one of the most intriguing supporting characters in the entire franchise. One such theory suggests that Dumbledore may have secretly been more manipulative than he seems. The theory goes that Dumbledore collects outcasts, much like Slughorn collects those with potential, and he does so as a means of ensuring loyalty from his followers. The theory highlights characteristics of multiple members of the Order of the Phoenix, as well as some Hogwarts staff, and it even fits with Dumbledore's actions within the Harry Potter narrative. The theorist posts that Dumbledore also deliberately turned Harry himself into an outcast as a means of manipulating the course of the boy's life. Though dark, the theory is surprisingly compelling. Many members of the Order of the Phoenix as well as Hogwarts staff serve as evidence for the theory that Dumbledore actively sought outcasts to join him. Some of the most obvious examples would be Remus Lupin, who grew up as an outsider due to his lycanthropy, Severus Snape, whose fascination with the dark arts and dark magic in general was offset by his love for Lily Potter and his own Muggle blood, and Rubeus Hagrid, whose status as a half-giant expelled from Hogwarts made him one of the Wizarding World's biggest outcasts. Other characters that similarly fit the pattern are Dobby the House Elf, Newt Scamander, and Harry Potter himself. The reason why Dumbledore chose such people to be by his side may well be innocent, but the theory suggests that he may have had an ulterior motive. It's possible that Dumbledore was responsible for these Harry Potter characters all being involved with his own plans for the Wizarding World, as he recognised that their needs to belong would prove an easy method of ensuring their loyalty to him. By giving outsiders a place in which they could feel accepted and valued, Dumbledore bred loyalty within his own ranks, just like what Voldemort did when he was building his army. According to the theory, even those who don't quite fit the pattern prove Dumbledore's tactics. Other characters who are less unflinching in the support of Dumbledore aren't outcasts of the same cloth, and this subtle burst of characterization seems to affect their relationship with Dumbledore. Harry's godfather Sirius Black, for example, was somewhat of an outsider but not an outright outcast. He was more of a rebel, deliberately eschewing his family's values and instead joining the Order of the Phoenix to fight against Voldemort. Though the pair enjoyed mutual respect, Black was never as close to Dumbledore as Hagrid or Snape, and that's because his place in Dumbledore's inner circle was of his own volition. The theory suggests that Dumbledore relied less on Sirius because, as a rebel, he was something of a dark horse. He had, an unpredictability about him, as opposed to the outcasts that Dumbledore had gathered to himself and conditioned to obey his orders. One of the key elements of the Harry Potter story is his escape from the mundane and abusive Muggle world to the magical world of Hogwarts. Growing up with his maternal aunt and uncle after his parents' murder, Harry was regularly mistreated. The Dursleys hated Harry for his magical nature, even though he was largely unaware of it, and they made his young life as miserable as possible. After finally finding himself at Hogwarts, Harry believes he's found his home because it opens the door to a world in which he's famous and revered. which to the young wizard is a stark contrast to his unpleasant upbringing at the hands of Vernon and Petunia. The Dursleys make Harry an outcast in more ways than one. Rather than simply isolating him and severely mistreating him, they actively discourage his belief in magic, preventing him from having any link to the world he belongs in. When Harry does reach Hogwarts, he's at something of a disadvantage thanks to the Dursleys and their intolerance of his magical abilities. He doesn't know anything about magic, and this isolates him even further, even after he escapes the Muggle world. Once Harry Potter is at Hogwarts, he discovers the depth with which he's been alienated from his own background, and that makes him an outsider from the very beginning due to the Dursleys' actions, as I've said. The final stinger of the theory, and the part that truly paints Dumbledore as a villain, combines the reasons for Harry's own outcast status with the idea of Dumbledore's true motives. The theorist believes that Dumbledore deliberately placed Harry with the Dursleys to ensure he grew up in an intolerant and abusive environment, thereby creating the desire to belong that drove Harry to Dumbledore's side. The theory believes that Harry's loyalty to Dumbledore comes as a direct result of the Hogwarts professor's powerful and calculated manipulation, with everything unfolding just as Dumbledore had planned. This is where the theory paints Dumbledore as something of a villain, because it imagines that Dumbledore is as complicit in Harry's suffering as Voldemort himself. Of course, Voldemort was the one who made Harry an orphan, but Dumbledore may have facilitated a childhood filled with abuse, arguably causing just as much emotional damage to him as the infamous Dark Wizard did. If Harry's abusive childhood was in fact the result of Albus Dumbledore's ideologies designed specifically to ensure the boy grew up feeling like an outsider, then the theory makes Dumbledore one of Harry Potter's most heartless yet unknown secret villains. With that being said, everyone, that is today's theory. Thank you very much for watching. Do you have anything else to add? If you do so, let me know in the comment section below. If not, I'll see you all in the very next video. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate your support. Everyone, notifications of uploads are more important than ever, so please, if you haven't already, turn those notifications on to make sure you're notified the moment my video goes live. Making videos is what I love to do. It's my dream and my passion. However, it does cost time and money to produce this content, so if you have $1 to spare to support me on Patreon in exchange for some exclusive unseen content, then you can click the Patreon link below or at the end of this video. Please only support me if you can afford it. And make sure to follow me on Instagram at InstaDNJ and on Twitter at PotterFolklore. Check out my other videos appearing on screen, and please make sure, most importantly, to hit that subscribe button. Thanks again everyone, and please have a great day.